All right, so I'm calling the poll. It says 62% station about Kerbin, so station about Kerbin it is. And we will pull up your contracts, and we're looking at this one. We'll get rid of the Baobab one. I'll do that one next episode. So one of these says explore Kerbin, which is just transfer crew between two vessels. So that's trivially easy. I just saw it and went, oh, I'm gonna grab that. So build a new station that has antenna, has a docking port, and can generate power. Station must be fully assembled when launched and have facilities supporting at least 6 Kerbals and have 5,000 units of electric charge in your station. So let's see what we got. So my biggest battery is this one, which is 200 units of electric charge. So that's, what's that? 5 make 100. And then, so 50 make 1,000. So oh my god, 250 of these? Okay, let's get into, I hate that stupid, like, why does it say stupid stuff like that? Like, oh, let's just throw on 5,000 units of electric charge or 4,000 liters of fuel. It's dumb. It really is. Like, to throw in things that you'll never need. I don't get it. How much science do I have? 115. I can unlock a node. I also don't think I have the hitchhiker yet, though. Do I? Well, I can make up the 5 crew with other things. I'm not terribly worried about that. Do I have that? I should really have looked before I got into here. Okay, let's look at batteries first. So I got this guy. I still can't unlock it. I need 160. Okay, let's try and make this work. I can't unlock another node. Oh, it's 25, not 250. It's 25. My math stinks. Without a cal. Okay, 5,000 units of electric charge. This is 200. Someone's saying it's 25, not 250, because I can't do math. Electric charge. So 200. So yes, 5 make 1,000. I'm off by, yeah, 5 make 1,000. So 25 make, okay, 25's not brutally bad. I can do 25. And then I got to support what? At least 6 Kerbals? Do I have? Oh, I have the hitchhiker. Oh, easy McPeasy. I was thinking I was going to use this guy, but I got this guy. We got this. That's 4 Kerbals right there. Heck, why not do 2 of them? There we go. And all I'm doing, so that's 8 Kerbals right there. Actually, no, let's just do 1, because you can also count the ship. And I got a 2-crewed ship that I'm going to use to get to it. So that at least will be easy. Okay, let's get, I have no plan, because I didn't even know I was going to be doing this until your poll results came through. So, all right, let's see how stupid this looks with the batteries. So, I need, oh my gosh, they're teeny. I thought they were 2.5 meter apart. Okay, I can make, maybe the way to do this is that's 200. That is 400. Let's zoom in here. And then we'll get a bunch of these. These are 100 each. Go to, that is 6-way symmetry, 8-way symmetry. So that's 400 plus 800 is 1200. Actually, I went to 600, 6-way symmetry, then it's a nice even 1,000. So that's 1,000 units of electric charge, if I'm not mistaken, right there, right? That's 200, 400 plus 600 is 1,000. So it's just going to be like that's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So there's your 5,000. I guess it doesn't look unbelievably dumb. Okay, let's flip that down. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no plan. I think I said that. I have no plan. Let's see. We got to put a docking port on this fella. So we'll flip that way. This might be fun just to get into orbit because I don't have big fairings. I don't have a lot of things. I do have the Clampetron Junior, so that will take care of the docking port. What else? A docking port has to be able to generate power, so we'll slap on some here just so I don't forget. This is probably not going to be their final spot, but just and can generate power, has a docking port and an antenna. Again, probably won't be its final spot, but I'll stick on a Communitron 16. And facility for 6 Kerbals once the ship has docked with it, 5,000 units of electric charge, and that is going to orbit a Kerbin. I do have Kerbal Engineer Redux, so I can actually open a little window, and it says right here 5,000 units of electric charge. Okay. The other thing you can do if you're having trouble counting is actually just launch this, and if this parameter goes green, then you know you're okay. Okay, so this actually meets all the minimum requirements, but I'm hoping to make something that doesn't look quite as colossally bizarre. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'll keep this whole bank of batteries just exactly like this. I don't think I'm totally in hate with that, but what I might just do is just bring it out. I'm thinking of future expansion too. A piece like this, just to give it some balance. Oh, for goodness sakes, I don't know. Of course, what might be better, what do we got? I keep forgetting this. 6 Kerbals? I could use... No. I mean, I could use this. That's 2 Kerbals. Nah. No, let's... Here's what we're gonna do. It ain't pretty, but it's what I'm gonna do. And we'll put another docking port on the end here. So we have a docking port at each end, so a ship can go at one end and a vessel can go at the other. For symmetry here. Just to provide something. We'll light this up too. Okay. This may be much, much better going up upside down too. You know what I should do is hide a probe core in here somewhere. How big's a probe core? Yeah, let's hide it. Let's put it under the batteries. Yeah, I can live with that. And well, now I'm looking at it. Maybe I don't need this piece. Just do this. The probe core has some reaction wheels, but I probably should put some additional reaction wheels on there. Oh, are those that big? Oh, I got the advanced inline stabilizers and not the little ones? I don't know. Okay. I can deal. Now, do I have different textures on the Hitchhiker? I do not. I don't have any textures on that. I do have some textures there. We'll make it gold and silver. I do have... Sure. This is a Kerbin station. Assault and battery. I think I'm on the back end of a pun there. Okay, I'm gonna put those struts that I had going. Put those back on. Right there. In fact, let's get this antenna. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot. I don't like that that's stuck on the battery for some dumb reason. Maybe these struts should be... Why are you being that way? I'm having trouble clearing the battery. Keeps wanting to. Okay, what I'm going to do the 3-way symmetry. Oh, you know what? Do 6-way symmetry. I already got 6-way symmetry, and do 6-way symmetry so it's between the batteries. There we go. Oh, one of them hit the antenna. Ah! That's the kind of stuff that drives me. I don't want. Go away. Try that again. Success. Now you can go on. Come here. You're not getting away. Okay. Now I'm just getting really picky where this antenna goes. Right there. Okay, the one thing I am a smidge concerned with, because I think all the mass is at the top. It is. So I think this thing should... Let's make this probe body the root part for now. And let's flip this whole thing upside down. Because I think it really should go up in this kind of orientation. And I'm thinking, oh, that's already looking terrible. I'm thinking that a fairing now can be concocted. I again play with my antenna placement. There we are. To cover up this bit and then have something underneath to push it. So that's yeah. I think this will work. Okay. So, oh, lights! For goodness sakes, she needs lights. She needs lights. Oh, and electricity too. I don't like. Can I put here? At some point, this thing will have better. Let's just surround this. There. Surround those reaction wheels. That works. Lights. About some of these spotlights. 3-way symmetry, so it'll fit nicely between all of the light on. And let's see here. Oh, I'm still on that, so pitch them inwards. Like so. Color them gray because everything else is gray. Sneak them out a little bit. Okay, lights. Here we got lights. Okay. Probably put some. Yeah, and some of those on the bottom. Same idea. Down here. To light whatever may be coming in the future. No idea. At some point, I hope to expand on this, but it's not gonna be today. All right, and we need obviously some form of navigation lights now. This probe body is upside. Oh my gosh, where's the hatch? This is the hatch. So. But this is upside down. So this is the starboard side. Oh dear. Okay. So we're going to put a couple of these fellas here. This is the starboard side, or at least I'm now calling it the starboard side. These can be, yeah, gray, green, blink, blink on. And then this one, remove some symmetry, and we're coloring you red. Red, there we go. And same Same story on the other side. All the way down here, we have another docking port. Come back a little bit. So that one's a red one. This one will be a green one. Symmetry, green. Yep. And where's the hatch? The hatch is here. And we're going to put a light. Just a single one. White. Actually, one above it too. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. There. Okay. All right. Let's get this thing into orbit. That's got to be the next. Oh, what about counting the other 2 Kerbals? So, like, yeah, I was being asked, like, you got to have support at least 6 Kerbals. There's 4 in here, but the ship that's going to come up and dock is going to have 2 more spaces in it, so that'll bring the total to 6. Everything counts. Everything counts. Okay, we need to build something under here. Now, I'm just thinking, I don't know. I'm 1,200 meters per second, maybe. I have no idea how big this has to be. I do have... Let's just stick a tank and an engine on here and see what happens, and then we'll go from there. So what would be... How about a cheetah? Cheetah. Vacuum. Now I need more. I need more. Thrust is through the roof, but... So maybe I'm better off with something like a Terrier under there. Still got good thrust, so why not go for the bigger one? 1,500, that's tons. Tons of thrust, tons of everything. Okay, so what... Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So this is just going to be the kind of the pusher deal. So we're going to just attach some thingies to this. Oh, that goes to the wrong size. Do I not have the equivalent? Oh, it might be in tanks. That might be the better plan then. There we go. That looks okay. Bet you I can get away with then that. Another one of these with a Terrier. Oh, that's nice. Okay, you're going away, Cheetah. We don't need you. And this thing will have to at some point fly autonomous-like. So what I think I shall do is stick in right here a 1.25 meter service bay. Stick in another probe body, so another one of these octo probe cores. In you go. I'm going to make that now the root part. We're flying by U. I don't want to fly up upside down. Oh, it already... Oh my gosh, the whole thing's up so I can... Oh my gosh. Sorry. Just noticing that... oh no, the octo's... Is it right side up? It's right side up. I'm looking at the lettering. It's right side up. It's right side up. It's fine. We're all fine. We're fine. We're fine. Thrust to weight ratio from the Terrier is 0.88. That's fine by me. I might be taking out some fuel in a bit too. Let's stick a battery in there. Want to use can just go in there. A bit of solar panel-y stuffness. I don't even think this is really necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to put 2. One on each side. I'm sure that's fine. It'll hide behind there. Doesn't need an antenna. We'll definitely need some struts because this connection here is going to be wonky as heck. So some strutting is definitely probably a good plan. The doors are clashing a bit, but what are you gonna do? Here, let's try that again. Bug anybody else that these doors will open through the struts? No. What does the reroute function do, says Anish? And the reroute function makes the first part you place by default is the root part. So I started this whole thing by putting on the hitchhiker, so the hitchhiker was the initial root part and everything was attached to this. By making this now the root part, see how the whole vessel highlights? So everything is attached to this, but also the root part becomes your default control part, and because like this hitchhiker is upside down and this probe body up here is upside down, it's nice to have a root part that's right side up. So that's essentially what I'm using the root part for, is just making it so that this rocket, when it's on the pad, will be right side up. I'm thinking I might take out some fuel. I'm thinking I don't need as much as this. 1206 sounds nice. 0.96 D delta and thrust to weight sounds nice. Okay, let's put a fairing on the top of this. People can place their bets now what they think will happen when this launches. Whether it will be a success or failure on the first try. Honestly, I have no idea. So that'll just enclose that a little bit. So that I think will look nice. We'll change this to 3 sides up the ejection force. I almost said a little Freudian thing there. But and so that will be ejected when we're in the very upper parts of the atmosphere. I'm also going to... I think what I'm going to do... Let's just do this. Let's put on the interstage nodes. So we'll go up 1 interstage node. I'll have to rebuild the fairing, and I'm going to take... I'm lying. I don't have separatrons yet. Oh, no, I do. I'm going to put a sepratron. A single sepratron right in there. Going to take out as much fuel as I can. Probably turn the thrust down because this thing's going to go. It's only going to be pushing off the nose cone, so it's going to go off like a bat out of heck anyway. And we're going to push the sepratron in there, deliberately make it off center so that the nose cone will go flying off to one side. Now I got to check my staging. This should go at the same time as this. I'm also going to right click on that docking port and enable the port staging. So that puts the docking port on the staging diagram. So this, when I stage this, this will detach, this will fire, the nose cone will go away, the fairing will deploy. All that's going to happen all at the same time. In theory. Build the fairing. Delete the fairing, build the fairing. Okay, let's try this again. In theory. Everything's in theory. Close, you stinker. Sometimes it just doesn't want to be nice. Close. There we go. We can live with that. We can close these doors. Okay, so now what I've got, I think, is something that if I can get it into the upper atmosphere is going to be okay. And the next step, of course, is getting this into the upper atmosphere. So that's going to require some form of booster under this. So a TD-12 decoupler, probably a fairing base of some is my. Oh, I do have the 1.875 meter fairing. Nice. So I can enclose this, so this isn't just a god awful thing. Close. There we go. Again. 4 sides on you. Up the ejection force, clamshell deploy. Okay, so let's build a boot. And where's this? This fairing will go off the same time as all of this goes. This decoupler definitely needs to be in its own thing here. I like to fix the staging as I go. Is that making sense? That decoupler, that what is highlighting there? Okay. Don't know what I'm getting. I think I'm making sense. We'll do a test. Okay, that's that, that's that, that's that, that's that. Okay. Don't know why that piece there is highlighted. Now it's gone. Okay. Booster on the bottom, booster on the bottom, booster on the bottom, booster on the bottom. So we want... I am starting to get 2.5. What mass am I up to with this thing? Might go... Do I have? Yeah, look at that. I can go 2.5. I have the Rocco Max X200-32 fuel tank. And I do have... What is my most massive engine? Oh my... When did I get these things? Oh my gosh, I'm losing track of everything. I got a mainsail? Oh my god, I was worried about lifting this. I got like the heavy lifters. I got the big boys. Excuse me. Travis asking what the clamshell deploy does. Instead of it coming off in confetti mode, it comes off in shells. So when I set this to 4... then this comes off as 4 separate shells. We'll see it in action very, very soon, rather than like a bazillion little pieces that fly everywhere. Functionally, it's the same thing, but I think it just looks a heck of a lot nicer. Scroll on up. I need more. I got... this might even be overkill already. 5,000 meters per second. Okay, this is already overkill. I don't need anything like this. Okay, so we're not going to go to the 2.5 meter parts. I don't need anything that big. We're going to stick with our 1.875 meter. I didn't realize I'd been there. Okay, I have that. Oh, these are arranged by mass, right? Yes, they are. Let's arrange them by name so they're grouped together. There's my biggest. Let's put a few of these together. Now arrange by mass. What's my biggest? I have a Bobcat. Yeah, what's a Bobcat do for me? Because I only need, honestly, 3,900 meters per second to get this whole job done. So I really am not in a situation where I was worried I was going to need... I didn't realize I have... Oh, I got to start lifting bigger things. Okay, this is already more than enough. I can probably shrink one of these tanks down. 3851. It should be fine. Maybe a little more. Never hurts to go a little more. With our Bobcat engine, do I have enough thrust at liftoff? 1.4, 1.35, just barely, but just barely is good enough. In fact, just barely is perfect, because then you know you don't have too much engine for the job. I do have... Do I want more reaction? I don't really think I do. I think this thing has gimbaling. It does. So I think that's all cool. That's all cool. That's all cool. First year. Nope. Nope. I'm happy. Okay. So, what do I got for textures here? Let's doll this up a little bit. Yeah, let's go dark on the bottom. I kind of like that. That's good. And then just whites. Sure. I need some form of aerodynamic stability. I'm going to start with just 4 of these small tail fins and see what that does for me. I do have, you know, a pretty ginormous fairing. You got to be careful because this center of lift does not take into account this fairing. So the center of lift is actually much higher than that, and it's really hard to know exactly just how high it is. But we'll find out when it's flying, and if it flips backwards, we'll put on bigger tail fins. Is there a mod that adds realistic orbital mechanics? Are not the orbital mechanics in the game realistic enough? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. Because, frankly, I think the orbital mechanics in KSP are spectacularly realistic. In fact, that's one of the things that attracts me to the game. Now, you might be saying realistic in the terms that you need n-body physics and all of that kind of stuff. If you want to go there, yes, the Principia mod will put in n-body physics and Lagrange points and all of that. If you feel it's just not realistic enough. Alright, I'm really thinking I'm really thinking I'm closing in on this. I don't know why I'm adjusting the thrust to weight. It's perfectly good the way it was. But I'm adjusting it anyway. Okay, nobody aboard, please. Nobody's aboard. That's good, that's good, that's good. Are there any things I want to put in for cargo? What do people think? Let's go to the cargo tab. Like we can put in like some repair kits. Because there's a lot of storage in the hitchhiker can. We can put in some extra EVA propellant. None of the rest of this is really useful, so no, that's good. Didn't mess up my delta V too much? Nope. My thrust to weight's still okay. I did add a little bit of extra mass. Nope, that's good. Okay. All right. I'm honestly thinking of just pushing this and seeing what happens. It might be. If I sound hesitant, it's because I am a smidge nervous on this. So I'm still fiddling with stuff, so I should stop. Okay. Do I want to put anything on? Here's something I've noticed with action groups. For those people that don't know, technically I shouldn't have advanced action groups unlocked yet. But as soon as I click on a part, I suddenly have advanced action groups. So for instance, if I want to deploy this part with custom action group 5, I can do it and it works. Why that works that way, I don't know. I find it weird, but you know what? I'm gonna just do this. So I'm gonna deploy that. We will deploy, activate that Sepratron, and we will decouple this little node here. Yep, undock the node. In fact, that means I can take this out of the staging diagram if I like. Just so I don't see it there. Alright, let's just get this over with. Let's just, you know what, and while I'm at it, sorry, I keep jabbering. Let's open this guy. So we'll toggle that on 0 when we're in space as well. Oh, the antenna. Just notice that. We'll toggle that antenna, but that had never been retracted in the first place, so that should be retracted. Okay. Launch. There's a bug, but I'm honestly not that upset with the bug because I really like action groups, which means I really should be someone who just turns it on with the settings and not be stupid about it. Okay, I'm just gonna push this, and if you know what, I'm gonna say, what's my money situation? I'm gonna even say if this goes bad, well, we'll see how bad. We'll see how bad. Let's just do it. So, and off we go. We'll see how bad. This might flip out. I was about to say nobody's aboard, and I was going to check my money. I got 1.7 million Kerb bucks. Maybe I should just let her crash. Let her crash. Okay. Oh, still can't lock the prograde. That's a little annoying. I really need that better probe body. You know what I should do with the next stream is really... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't turn off SAS ever again. This thing is not stable. What I should do with the next stream is really put my energy towards science. Sort of put contracts aside for a little bit and really put towards science and see, or, you know, start unlocking some more stuff. Well, it depends on how interesting the contracts I get are. Okay, so I'm just kind of following the prograde vector here. Really not doing much more than that. I don't want to take the sometimes I'll take SAS off and just let it follow aerodynamically of its own accord, but as soon as I did that, I feel it drifting. And I said, no, I am not letting you, I'm not letting aerodynamics run this ship because I think its aerodynamics suck. But honestly, it's going better than if you were to give me a guesstimate. I wouldn't have said it would have gotten to this point before it flipped out, but it's doing okay. Reducing throttle, gonna try and keep that apoapsis reasonably close by. Hey! Yeah, no, full, it takes ABCD, etc. is asking about, don't action groups come with level 2 on the vehicle assembly building? No, only the basic ones come with the ability to edit the basic ones, which are lights and brakes and gear and stuff like that, come with tier 1. Or tier 2. You're supposed to wait. I'm too low in the atmosphere. Let's pitch up. You're supposed to wait to tier 3 to get advanced action groups, but quite frankly, I think that's too long. Sorry, we're burning. Pitched over a little bit too quickly. Getting a little hot, so I'm pitching up a little bit above the prograde vector. Still keeping the thrust down. But, we're okay. I hope we're okay. I really did overbuild this, so it should be good. I so miss not having... Okay, so we're at 50 kilometers. I'm going to pop this fairing. And for those people that they can see what the clamshell deploy is all about. I don't know. It may not pop cleanly. That happens. So I'm going to push 5 on my action groups. So 5. Hey, that went all right. I could have put more thrust onto that nose cone. That went off. Hopefully we won't run into it. Whoa, 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 more thrust. I let my apoapsis get too close. Pitch up. Oh, I'm out! Oh my gosh, you doughhead. You... I don't know when that happened. That booster was dry. That booster was dry, and I think it was dry for longer than it should have been. We're okay. I was going, oh, I should have more thrust. We're coming up on our apoapsis. Yeah, you are, because you don't have any thrust at all. Okay. We're okay. We're still pretty low. Well, no, we're okay. We're okay. So I'm going to go, my apoapsis is now just over 60, 62 kilometers now. I'm going to go for 120 for my parking orbit for this station. That is the plan. Oh, already thinks we have an orbit. Just hang on. Let's, I'm still a little low, so I'm going to lose a little altitude here, but I'm just going to cut at just over 120, 121. Okay, let's put the lights on. Not that exciting. I should bring up my contract. I wonder if I... Okay, here's my contract. Yeah. So the only thing that's not green is the 6 Kerbal business, but that should be good once. It already thinks I'm in an orbit. I think that's funny. Clearly not. Let's get... out of the atmosphere. There we go. And I lost a bit of altitude there, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit more propulsion. So that's 120 on the apoapsis. Okay, and in 10 minutes we'll circularize. Still have 489 meters per second left, which is a heck of a lot. So we're fine. Oh, I should also 0. There we go. That should open those dudes up and deploy the antenna. Nice. Might just keep this attached as a mini fuel reserve. No reason to get rid of it right away. Yep. With the crap thrust to weight ratio, I could have pointed up to compensate for that, which is absolutely what real rockets do. But my crap thrust to weight was more to do with the fact that I hadn't staged. I think there's plenty of thrust on that. It's just I was asleep at the switch. Okay. I think it's interesting. We'll call it interesting for this station. Okay, minute from apoapsis. And the vessel that's going to come up here, I already have built because previous stream I had, in a previous stream I had docked 2 vessels together, so I'm just going to simply use that. Okay. My periapsis is already 50 kilometers, so this is going to be almost nothing to complete the circularization. I don't like not having locked a prograde. You're not nice. Okay. Okay, so that's 120 by 120. What's my inclination at? 0.1. Oh, let's turn that all off. I think I'll live with 0.1 because I have no idea. No. Actually, hang on a second. If I open up the console menu and if I go to my flight info, does it have longitude of the ascending node or anything like that? I don't have it. Yes, I do. This is my longitude of the ascending node, my LAN, and I have my longitude here. Let's use this cheat menu. We're going to use this cheat menu, folks. So my longitude of the ascending node is 353.5 degrees. Oh, that's not long. No, no, no. I don't think that's right. No, it's not longitude, Kerbin longitude. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was getting myself excited. Okay, let's turn off this engine. We'll point this north-south. I said turn off. Shut down engine. There we go. We'll point this north-south. So that is a station in need of a crew. So let's go and put up a crew. So back to the Space Center we go. My interpretation is, if we recover this business, my interpretation of fully assembled at launch is that this sentence, the station must be fully assembled at launch, only applies to the previous sentence, not to the following sentences, which I think is really confusing, but that's my interpretation. So in other words, you have to launch a module that has an antenna, docking port, and generate power in a single launch, which is clearly very, very easy. All the rest of it can be done in multiple launches. I've always built my station over multiple launches. I've never had trouble with it. Maybe it's some dev reason that it's there, that they're worried that, you know, somebody's going to... I'll put the antenna up on the second launch and for some game reason that doesn't work. I don't know, but that's the story of it. So you can largely ignore that. Now this, it is the LK01. That's the vessel I got. There it is. That's my little low Kerbin orbit little fella. I just want to make sure everything is nice looking in it. I think so, yeah. And are the action groups set up for you? Do I click on you? No, let's put that on action group 0. I don't think there's really anything else. There's not even an antenna on this. So, all right, who's going to be our crew? I really got to do some of those rescue Kerbal contracts. Yeah. Okay, Jeb and Bill have jumped. You know what? I'm sorry to do this to you, Jeb, but I don't. I want to keep. I'm just going to send you by yourself. I hate to do it to you, but I don't want to send. I don't want to not have an engineer, not have a scientist on the ground. So we'll do some rescue contracts soon. That's something I should look into. But in the meantime, this should be ready to go. I don't see. Yeah, it should be. I should just be able to launch. Okay, so let's open up the contract. And here, you can watch this as we go, and you'll see this will satisfy once we're there. But right now, it's time for Jeb to get up there. So let's get our station. Unfortunately, I noticed it's a craft. I really should rename that, make it a station, but I'll do that in the future. So set that as a target. We will time warp. Ooh, look at those lovely auroras up there. I gotta, there's something else. We should go up to a pole just to do nothing else but to admire the auroras. All these things to do. All these things to do. Okay. So we're going to pause the time warp. And because I have it set as a target, you can see the target coming up here on the Navball. And I don't know this. When I have something in a 120 kilometer orbit, what I find works really well for me is to wait for this target to be just at the edge of this wing on the little bird icon, and that's when I launch. So we'll do that. We'll put up our throttle. Jeb's all raring to go. Put our lights on. And launch. So this vessel, oh my gosh. What the heck? Close that door. That's not aerodynamic. So this vessel has been in orbit twice before. So I'm hoping that this will go with reasonable, with a lack of complications. Lack of complications is what we're shooting for. Thanks, John. I just noticed the open bay. That was pretty dumb. Jeb just wants the extra challenge. That's what that's about. Okay, so now I do have locked to prograde. So I do have it locked to prograde. I am trying to keep the heading right on 90 degrees, and I am ascending too quickly. Oh my gosh. Jeb. I am falling over too quick. So we're pitching up. Jeb, you're supposed to be a veteran at this. Okay, lock back to prograde. Should be losing these boosters soon. There we go. Okay, under control again. Everything's good. Heading stuck at 90, so that's good. Especially when you're rendezvousing with something, you do want to keep your inclination as low as you can. You can start reducing throttle. Alright. Under control. And again, this other contract, Explore Kerbin, just says transfer any crew between vessels near Kerbin. So we'll put Jeb into that hitchhiker, and that really should be that contract. You gotta like it, the free ones that you can package together with something you were gonna do anyway. Well, thank you, Anish. I'm glad you enjoy the tutorial videos. I'm glad that they are useful. They are fun to make. And I do have one coming up next week. So not the Thursday this week, but the one after that. Doing an Eve flyby. So people may want to catch that one. And a proper Eve flyby. As in, we're not going to get a capture around Eve. We're just going to whip past it and try and get back to Kerbin anyway. In a fuel-efficient way. Okay, this time I'm going to be ready for this staging event. You ready, Jeb? There we go. All over it. Okay. And for those people in the poll, I just realized I never did close the poll. I should do that. End the poll. There we go. For those people in the poll that were voting for the scan a baobab tree, next tutorial. Next tutorial is what's going to be. Is going to be the scan the baobab tree. We'll start with that. Or the next tutorial, next stream, I mean, sorry. Okay, so we are going into an 80-kilometer orbit. And that means we'll be in a lower orbit than our target. But because I let the target get ahead of me, we'll be catching up to it, and that will facilitate our rendezvous. cut. Whoops, again the game already thinks I'm in an orbit. Is there a stock part that lets you map biomes? Not really. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the KerbNet network, I think, does let you not make a map, but you can see what biomes you're in. There's the scanners that come. I do have a tutorial on it. Don't want to pump my own tutorials, but they're there. You can, which I just learned just recently, open up the cheat menus. Go to here, and there is a biome visibles. I only learned this a week ago. And if you toggle that on, down below, especially if I go into map view, you can see it. There it's telling you the various, it's color coded, but you can see various, each color is a different biome. Well, it is in the cheats menu for a reason, so kinda cheaty. ScanSat is a perfect mod if you are willing to open up mods. If you're willing to install mods, ScanSat is a wonderful mod for mapping biomes. But there isn't. I mean, there is the KerbNet, the KerbNet parts, the scanners and stuff. But they're pretty late in the tech tree too, which is unfortunate because it's really early in the tech tree. You really want those biome maps. Come on, let's get to space. Space. Alright, opens the doors. Now you can open the doors, Jebediah. Again, our periapsis is already 23.5 kilometers. So this will be just a few puffs, really, of the Terrier engine to complete our orbital insertion. And the reason why this upper part is so cheap is because I was reducing my throttle as I was ascending, which makes the launches far more efficient. In case you didn't know. Okay, so I'm just waiting till we're just a few seconds ahead of Apoapsis. We'll throttle up a little bit. We'll get our orbit. We'll do our rendezvous. And docking. There we go. Pretty good. Okay. Again, let's orient this for our solar panels a little bit as I'm struggling with just... There we are. Okay. And here is our target here. So... maneuver around here, push it up. Notice the two little togglies right there. So I got a 43, whoops, I saw it there for a second, 43 kilometer separation at our closest approach, but if you adjust the timing of this, you can bring that down. And when I get in really close, I like to get out the little widgety tool to really kind of dial this in. Get her down to 2-second intervals and start changing the timing. Oh, wow. 2 kilometer separations, like as close as she's going to get on me? Really? Must be a bit of an inclination difference here. That's okay. We'll correct for that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to get any better than 2 kilometers, so there must be, we zoom in here, just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of an inclination difference, that's okay. Here it's telling us our relative, yeah, we have a 0.3 degree inclination difference, that's okay. We can deal. We can deal. You sometimes get people, let's put this, yeah, let's time warp. You sometimes get people that insist you have to match inclination before doing the transfer, and you don't. As you will see momentarily. I can lock this on prograde. We're going to be close enough. We're going to also reduce the throttle on this thing, because I'm noticing this burns only a couple of seconds. And I'm going to put this on our approach info for Kerbin Station. Getting lots of flashing down there, and I've been told those aren't thunderstorms. There is too much of it for it to. There's some sort of a bug. Okay, so I'm going to wait. It's a 7-second burn now that I've reduced the throttle limiter. So I'm going to wait till I'm at 7 seconds and just go to half throttle. And pretty soon I should be seeing my approach information here. At which time I really pay. We'll cut that. See how close we can get it. I saw 2.2, 2.16. Let's use some RCS and see if I can bring it down. Nope, that's about as low as she's gonna go. Okay, that's fine. Fine, be that way. Whoops, I'm still locked to prograde. Because if you just... So I'm off by a little bit here. Let's move this out of the way for now. By 0.3 degrees. That's why I have this 2 kilometer, 2.2 kilometer separation. If you just do a maneuver about a quarter of the way along, about a quarter of an orbit, about halfway between where you are now and where you're going to be, and you look to see, do I need to come up or do I need to come down? It looks to me like I need to come northwards. So I'm going to get out the little widgety tool. We're just going to push this northwards. And as I'm doing this, notice the DN, the descending node, is approaching my indicator. So what you want to do is move that so that it is right where the indicators are. And I bet you already I brought it down. So what that means is the two orbits are crossing right there. And I've actually increased my relative inclination. Oh, no, I didn't. I brought it down a little bit. But that doesn't matter. And now a little bit of prograde and retrograde I want to play with. So I got a 1.5 kilometer separation. So a little bit more prograde. I'm now down to, I saw a 0.5 kilometer separation. I'm noticing the DN. I'm sorry, there's a lot of clutter here, I know. Take the DN, some of the DN has come away from where the close approach indicator, so that means I'm just going to back off a little bit with the normal. Bring the DM back close again. Now I'm at 0.1, which is obviously close enough, but just to show you, like, there, I'm at 0, right? And this is like a 6.5 meter per second burn. No problem. Okay, so that's how you can dial that in pretty much as close as you want. Yes. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat there. The Astronomer's visual pack is giving the lovely star background. The auroras are from the Astronomer's pack. It retextures all of the planet surfaces, so they all look a little different. Okay, so I'm putting this on the maneuver node. I'm kind of pointing in a funny direction, but that should be okay. And I'm going to really turn down the throttle limiter because this is tiny. I saw 1 second burn here. Yeah. And so I'm going to wait till I'm pretty close and then start burning. And really just look at this intercept distance. This should be starting to bring it down. Okay, about 8 seconds away. Let's start putting a little bit of throttle on this. And you can see that distance coming down. It's now below 1 kilometer, my closest approach. Oh, I see. I'm going to take this away. I see 84 meters here. I can put on some RCS and do some puffs with the RCS and really dial, see how low, 30 meters, 28 meters, 15 meters. Oh, I'm under 10. Oh, right around 10 meters. So there you go. I should probably put this throttle limiter back up before I forget. Okay, F5. So we're about 6 minutes away from our target. So I'm going to time warp until I'm about 2 minutes away from the target. Because the rest of this is just reducing my velocity as I come towards my target. Okay. And we'll put, oh, it's already gone to target. If this didn't go to target, I would have just done it there. I put that on retrograde, and my back end should now be pointing at my target, which clearly is still not. Oh, wait, F4? Yes, there it is, 5 point. If you don't see that waypoint, F4 is where it goes. Sometimes it just disappears. Sometimes I turn it off, I'll be honest. So what I want to do is start reducing this velocity, but I want to keep an eye on this time. I don't want this time to get big on me. For people that are struggling with this, don't let this time get big. So I'm just going to have a little bit of throttle. You can see my target velocity coming down. I'm noticing my distance is coming down, so I'm going to try and see maybe throttling in a different direction. Yeah, a little bit of a different direction is bringing that distance back. Or sorry, the distance was coming up. So I'm pushing that, bringing that distance back down again. I'm really just playing around. And if things are going astray, if all of a sudden you notice this time's getting really big or this distance is getting really big, stop. Just cut throttle, let yourself get closer, and repeat, and just keep kind of doing that. Don't let these numbers get big on you, and you'll zero yourself in. Now, at the same time, you do got to bring this velocity down, because you don't want you got to be aware. You know, I'm only a minute away now. If you can keep that time a constant or make it go up a little bit, that at least tells you you're slowing down quick enough. Let's push it this way. Probably now I just need to keep it on the target, the retrograde target icon. And I mean, I had it down to 10 meters, but that was not necessary. So I'm kind of just circling around. Every time I notice that this distance is going up, I'm trying a different quadrant of that circle. Push it a little this way. But I'm noticing the time, too, is staying constant, so that means I'm not going to crash into them. Still about a minute. Now I'm noticing the time is climbing, so I'm going to just cut throttle, coast for a little bit. We've, in all of that, reduced our target velocity, which really I wasn't watching all that much. I was really more watching down here, but I have reduced my target velocity to just under 14 meters per second. We'll let ourselves get like 30 seconds away or so. There we go. We'll come in, we'll do ourselves a dock. I can see the indicator lights. The docking port is got green lights on it, which I'm assuming is telling me that it's a happy docking port. Where else I got indicator lights? I'm not sure I got them anywhere else. Anyway, I should pay attention here. I'm like under 30 seconds away. Let's pushing that retrograde icon onto here. Let's a little more thrust. I want to stop this time from going down. You don't let if you don't watch this time too, you'll end up blowing right by, or even worse, crashing into your target. Okay. So we're within sight now, so that's exciting. Down to 1 point. I guess I got a dock up here, so let's see if I can hit that. Yeah, I got it. Good. Set as a target. Let's aim up there. Come on. Up, 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 up. And I'm going to push. Which way's north? Which way's north? Which way's north? That way's north. Okay, then I got to go south. Up, up, up. So I'm moving the retrograde icon so it is to the south of the target. And because I'm going backwards, that means I'm now going to the north. North is up on the screen. So I'm doing this kind of fancy pants way. Sorry. The easier way is just to actually get on this thing and point it at this ship, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this fancy pants way. Okay, we're going to say control from here. We should be drifting nicely north. I think I can turn off this engine. We're down to 0.4 meters per second. I'm going to put this... This is a little bit of an assist mod I have called Navball Docking Alignment Indicator. If I put this on the little red icon, that means I am going in the right direction. But I really need to slow myself down here. So we're right above it. Gonna give myself a little bit of prograde. Or a little bit of prograde, a little bit on the H key. So I can see, you know, this always happens so fast I don't even have a chance to talk about it, but all these icons are in a line. That's always good. Now I just gotta steer it in. Steer it in, and it, you know, bonk, there we go, we're done. Okay, so you can see my 6 Kerbal thing has gone green. For those people that were worried about it, I just gotta maintain stability for 10 seconds. And this contract should be complete. So there we go. We got our orbiting build a station contract all done. And if I delete that, I still got to do the transfer between vehicles. So that's easy enough. Where's the hatch here? Transfer Jebediah into here. And now that one's green too. So there it is. Contracts have been completed. For those people that are struggling a bit with docking, I'm sorry I did that so quick. I do have some docking tutorials out there if you want to take a look at them, where I go over it much more slowly. It takes practice. So honestly, like, get a ship with a ton of RCS on it, get the ship to get it nearby your target, and practice just kind of maneuvering it around just using RCS.